everybody, this is Sean of Ross Like Music. I'm out in Niigata right now, about to go to an event. Should be interesting. This guy named Essa is in town, and heard some good things about it. I wanted to check it out, and also wanted to show you how fucking dead is Niigata right now. It is a Saturday night, and the only thing you hear are cars. There are no people around me right now, which is why I'm able to shoot this video, because I am terribly camera shy about talking to myself in public. So I hope you appreciate the fact that I finally appeared on camera after all that B-roll footage. Anyways, I'm gonna head into the event in a little bit. I'm gonna finish this beer. Delicious, delicious Yonagana Ale from Niigata. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. So this is going to be really weird. I have never done an interview like this before. This is Sean of Ross Like Music, and I actually have the guest of honor, Essa, with me.
Good evening.
How's it going?
Yeah, good.
So Max and I have actually been talking for the last couple of hours. Has it been a couple of hours now?
I'm not sure it's that long, but something like that. We've been having a good conversation.
So, and I just wanted to kind of get at least a little bit of this on film, and just kind of like hear a little bit of your backstory, what it's like, because I've been doing a little bit of research since I came to the event. I didn't realize that you were living in Tokyo. So, how long have you been living in Tokyo for?
I've been in Tokyo for about 9 years. So, yeah, a little while. 9 years.
9 years?
Yeah.
And how have you been finding Tokyo?
I love it. It's
trust me. I need to get a smoke right now too. So,
for somebody who's involved in music, it's a fantastic city.
So, shit, what's his fucking name? There's another guy, and I think he's from the States. Oh, cheers, man. Sprinkles. You know about DJ Sprinkles?
Yeah, Terry Timberlitz, or however you say his name. Yeah. Don't know him. He actually lives kind of not far from me. He's on the Dein Toshi line. I think he lives in Miyamadaira or somewhere. I see him on the train sometimes.
Seriously?
Yeah. He's a very, very interesting person, and maybe I shouldn't call him he. I don't know. I think he's gender neutral, maybe.
Oh,
something
okay.
Like that. But very interesting person. I've heard him play a couple of times. He plays at Bonobo sometimes, where I do stuff, and great DJ. And he's been in Japan for quite a long time. I don't know that much about him. I don't actually know him personally, but he's
So you don't really have like a circle of DJs that you hang out with, or pretty much doing your own thing most of the time?
Well, no, I do, but they're sort of...
Try to grab my drink right there. Okay, sorry about that.
Japanese DJs. I have a circle of friends and some other foreign people who I kind of work with. I do the regular parties. I do one of them at Aoyama Tunnel. I do with a Jamaican guy called Andre McLeod, who's an absolutely fantastic DJ. And then Bonobo is kind of a half Japanese, half English crew, and I do mix with other DJs.
Oh, okay.
I don't find them that abhorrent,
Not that abhorrent. Oh, shit. This is going to be a really interesting interview. So, how long have you been making music for?
Well, gosh, I mean, since I was about 12 or 13 years old. So I'm 48 now, so how long is that? That's a long time. I mean, I sort of, a friend of mine when we were about 12, he got an electric guitar, so then I was like, no, I want one of those. So I got one, and then we kind of started a band, and we started trying to make music and write songs. So since I was, quite young, I've been trying to write and make music. And it sort of throughout the sort of 80s, it was all kind of guitar-y kind of stuff, like psychobilly and sort of indie pop. And then the sort of acid house thing happened in the late 80s in England, and everybody went nuts and started taking things and dancing to electronic music. And after that, I just thought that's what I want to do. So it's been a while.
Was there a particular record that just made you decide, like, electronic music is the way that I want to go?
Well, probably. There was this club. I used to when I went to art school in this really small town in England called Great Yarmouth, which I don't want to do it down, but it has very little to going for it. And it's a very kind of provincial place, but they had this chain of clubs. There's a chain of clubs in England called Tiffany's, and they're always in like kind of seaside towns. And there was one of these in Great Yarmouth. And
isn't there like a chain of bars in the UK as well that's sort of similar?
Well, there's many. I mean, there's the Weatherspoons and stuff.
Yes, that was what I was thinking. But
they're horrible. And they don't really have much to do with music. But Tiffany's was from the 70s on. I think they're still going, but they're dying probably. But anyway, there was one of these places in Great Yarmouth, and there was the main room, which was just very kind of pop orientated. Big club. I mean, probably 2,000 people or something. But there was Tiffany's 2, which was the kind of sub room. And this was like the late 80s, and there was guys there, and I heard things like Your Love by Frankie Knuckles and Jamie Principle. And you know,
Chicago classic there.
Right, you know, and I was like 18, 19 years old, and just, you know, these things, you know, hearing them that loud in a club and stuff, it was like, what the fuck, this is like, you know, really, that did something to me. And so I suppose, you know, a track like that, maybe I can say, that made me want to get involved with that kind of thing. It was just like, wow, I never heard anything like this before, so, yeah.
Was there a particular thing that drew you from the UK to Tokyo? That, like, we talked a little bit before, but was outside of your own sort of, you know, personal situation that drew that made you want to come to Japan?
Well, I mean, I'd like to say yes, but I mean, obviously Tokyo, you know, has got a deep history of sort of dance music and stuff. But I have to say, it wasn't really, you know, it didn't have much. There wasn't a motivation for coming here. However, you know, once I sort of landed in Tokyo and kind of got involved with the music scene, you know, I realised that it was, wow, actually this is possibly the best place in the world I've ever set foot in for, you know, to be involved in music. And it's certainly, it's been a boom for me, so, yeah.
You can't really argue with that, can you? Like,
really.
There's just something about, I feel like, as far as some passerbys, so I'll just edit it out later. My hand is fucking killing. My arm is fucking.
Yeah, I know.
Me.
You need a thing. Maybe this guy can hold it.
All right, Maki. すいません。
インタビューやろうよ。
Okay.
No, no, no. You talk, please.
Okay.
Two bugs.
So Tokyo music.
Tokyo music. After you arrived in Tokyo, how did you find your way? No, that's actually a good question. How did you find your way into the Tokyo music scene?
I was very fortunate. I had a record out. I did my first kind of solo record for a label called Bear Funk, and this is it was a very weird coincidence. So the apartment that I was living in, opposite, there was a guy he's a graphic designer called Emery, and he does a lot of stuff for Cruel and
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and lots of, and person who's very big in Japan, but I can't remember the name of right now. So he was there to say he was very into music, and he had a daughter who was a similar age to my daughter. And one day, 3 or 4 months after I moved to Japan, we were outside it was like a convenience store, but it was like a private one. It was like a kind of mum and pop kind of shop, you know. And with the daughters and the wives were talking, and sort of I came down, and he was there, and he was like, "Oh, are you into music?" And I told him this record that I made. He's like, "I've got it upstairs."
Really?
And I was like, "Fuck, okay." So then he went. He got very excited, and then like an hour later, he went upstairs and went on. This was slightly before Facebook really hit in Japan. I think it was MySpace maybe or something. He went on and he was like, "Oh, Max Essa lives opposite me," and kind of announced to everybody in Tokyo that that I was there, and he's he's a kind of connected guy, knows a lot of all the sort of people in the sort of Tokyo music scene. He was involved in the sort of Shibuya K thing,
Yeah.
And
was that the head guy from what is that? The Cruel?
No, it's not. It wasn't Kenji Takimi, but he sort of used to work with him, and kind of. So he knew lots of people, and so within about a month of that, I started getting bookings, and it was like, he kind of hooked me up with a gig within a few weeks of that DJing, and then I'd sort of go to parties and stuff. Well, I sort of decided I had to kind of put myself out, so I'd go to parties, I wouldn't know anybody, but people would be like, "Who's this Gaijin guy?" And then it, kind of the same thing happened. Like, so I've done stuff with Bear Funk, and they were like, "Oh yeah, shit, yeah, we know." So I kind of got a really nice sort of foot in the door through that, and that and it's just been after that, it just kept on rolling. And now I'm sort of lucky enough to have 4 monthly residencies in Tokyo.
Do you have any? What places are you playing at right now?
I play the first Saturday at Bonobo, the second Friday at Aoyama Tunnel, the third Friday at nightclub Trump, which has nothing to do with the Orange Baby Man. Let's get that clear. And also the fourth Friday at Aoyama Tunnel. So those are my kind of regular things.
And you do that monthly?
Yeah, monthly. So those are all monthly things. So it's sort of, and then lots of different guest things, different clubs, like Contact or all over the place.
Out of all the places that you've played in Japan, what would you say is your favorite place? Oh shit! Sorry.
Well, they're all fantastic, but the Bonobo is the best place that
Harajuku.
So.
Oh, okay. That one's in Harajuku.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a kind of. I mean, Aoyama Tunnel, I got named in because they look after me nice, and that's super good. I played there last night, and the place is rammed. It's really good, but Bonobo is very. I don't know what to say. It has its own kind of magic. It has an atmosphere and a sort of crowd of people that is very special. So Bonobo really kind of, it sort of changed my life and the way I play music and think about playing music and stuff. So that's the place.
Is this a general vibe of the crowd, or
The crowd and the people who run it, and the sound system, and just you know, if you go there, you'll get it.
Oh, okay.
It's a special place.
But and, like from my sort of surface level understanding of you know, not living but going to events in Tokyo, like I have I've never, I always think of like Shibuya or Shinjuku as sort of being, that's the place that you go to if you're in Tokyo. I don't really think of like Harajuku as that's the place that you want to go.
No, sure, no. I mean, it's like there's a sort of Harajuku kind of, you know, Takeshita-dori kind of cheesy shopping area. But Bonobo is slightly off that, but it's still that kind of neighborhood.
So, unfortunately, that's where the interview ends, but I did still get some footage of Max Essa playing, and I'll let the footage speak for itself. So that's going to be pretty much it for me today. I want to say thanks again to Max Essa for being so patient and kind with me, with my lack of preparedness and well, just general unprofessional, my lack of professionalism during the whole interview thing. I will, in the future, try to seek him out so I can finish the rest of the interview, because Max is a very interesting individual and has had a fairly, I don't really want to put words in his mouth, but pretty storied individual with his experiences of living in Japan and being involved in the music scene. So hopefully I will be able to get to that content out to you at some point in the future. But I want to say thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this sort of different style vlog from me, getting me out of my apartment. It was definitely an interesting experience for me because it got me out of my comfort zone of just always doing my videos in my little safe space of my apartment, and putting me out in the real world to not only give you an idea of what Niigata looks like, what the Niigata music scene is like, and maybe get to also hopefully be able to do some more interviews in the future. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more prepared. And just meet different people and get as many different perspectives as possible. So once again, thanks again for watching. Click like, subscribe, helps me out. I won't have any music links this time around, but I will link you to Max Essa's Facebook profile, or any of his social media stuff that I can dig up, so you can check his music out for yourself. And yeah, if you're in Tokyo, make sure you check him out. He's a fantastic DJ, and also buy him a drink because he's a super nice guy too. So that's going to be it for me today. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.